Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
When it comes to his trousers, it's less bird watching and more turd watching. It's Barney!
Exposed in 4K. And if the smell of earring backs was a person, it's Lukey Luck. Oh.
It's weird, that smell, because it's strangely addictive, isn't it? Like the piercing smell.
Ear gunk.
Or like body bar.
Let me tell you what's not fucking addictive. The smell of stretched ears.
Oh, God, no. I don't even like the look. I don't like the smell, the sound.
When I had my ear stretched, I had one of the... weirdly enough, for someone that is like so obsessed with symmetry, they were actually not even. It's only because one of them just like...
Oh, Jesus.
Truly. But the smell of... they smell a bit like burning rubber.
Oh.
But like also like fleshy, yeasty. It's absolutely disgusting.
Scream if you want to go faster, I guess.
When you take it out, it's like every single time you'll gag. It's like,
ooh.
And not gag.
Yes, gag, honey.
When I had the Yass-tonbury thing, I thought too far.
I thought they've been... I don't know how long they've been sitting on that. Some little intern somewhere has been like, I've got the pun.
Yeah. I like to think that RuPaul
BBC
makes them
pun.
all up because they're such terrible jokes.
Any pun's a good pun in my book. Lock me up in the punitentiary. I don't mind.
There we go. Right,
So,
Luke's, in a new bit that me and Luke's are big fans of the Celebrity Memoir Book Club podcast, which if you haven't gotten into yet, get into it. It's just two bitches bitching about shit.
It's like, no one can be bothered to read a book, but wouldn't you love to know what is going on in like D to B lists? Actually, sometimes A-list celebrities'
Sometimes
lives.
A-list, but they're always so much better when it's like people from reality TV.
Yeah.
Chriselle from Sun and Sunset.
Oh God, she's a psychopath.
Absolute psychopath. But heavily influenced by there, we're going to start a new segment, which is if your week was going to be a lip sync song, what would your last week's lip sync song be?
Mine would be She Works Hard for the Money by Donna Summer.
Tell him why.
Oh, so yeah, me and Barney are apart now, and I've just been
Psychologically, but not
scurrying
spiritually.
away by myself in the studio doing wigs, catching up on Drag Race Philippines, Heartbreak High 2.0, various low-budget horrors, which reminds me, Dragula Titans coming soon.
Oh my God. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
So yeah, just work. Barney, if you lost your voice and had to describe your week to me via the art form of a lip sync, what song would you choose?
Mine would be a mashup.
Okay.
Between
Very Glee.
Yeah, very that. Between Running Up That Hill, as this entire week I've just started a new course. I can't actually. That feels a bit exposing to say where. I don't want you turning up in Oxford.
Oh no.
I've just started a new course and it has been absolutely exhausting. So I feel like I've been running up that hill. But it's mashed up with Joe. Is it Joe Jackson? Stepping out. Because I've been stepping out in Oxford.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the Vales be leafy.
It's a lot of footstep based stuff for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Always.
very good.
Cute.
And also, as promised, let's thank our 5-star reviewers of yore. And then if you give us a 5-star review, you could be in this segment next week.
Oh, love it.
Denzel 069, that sounds hot.
Yeah.
House of Palooka, a name that's not taken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wit Wisdom, Sophie Luard, Carmela 2050. Hey, what you doings? I don't know how to pronounce that. H. Carapace, E. Wells, AJ Bence, Lula Lunn, and Hallibop.
Love it.
Thanks, girls.
Love all the 5-starers. Absolutely fantastic. Should we talk some drags?
Yes, in that case.
Previously on RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
Yeah, I've got up-to-date buttons
Okay,
on my
okay.
thingy. Don't you worry about it. Yes, previously, we finally got to meet our season 4 hot honeys. They were broken in with a Spice Girls for All Seasons black cab photo shoot getting blasted with wind, rain and snow. They wowed us with their 100 years of BBC runway, followed by a Ruaya runway. Black Pepper was the first winner of the series and is our first front runner.
Tell
While
'em.
Dakota and Truffle Pig Ambassador and Love Child, Just May, battled it out in the lip sync.
Who, when we put our shit together, we're gonna give her a full expose episode.
Sadly for the UK and the rest of the world, it's not going to be May. But make sure you book those cameos, buy her merch and download her song. Please.
Run, don't walk to go book them cameos. Let me tell you, seeing the ethereal beauty of Dakota re-enter that workroom, she cured my rickets, she watered my crops. Her beauty is truly worldwide.
It's lovely. She's lovely.
She just come in floating through. She literally, what I like is when people are like, oh, I'm so inspired by blah, 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 blah. She like literally is a Sharon Tate. Like what she loves so much, she has managed to
Congratulations.
achieve.
You did it. Did you notice that the caption said, after May's elimination, starting off a tradition of getting people's names wrong this episode, I've been keeping count. Don't you worry.
Thank you. What did it say?
May, after May's.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I suppose maybe, no.
Her name
that's
is
not
just
right.
May.
Yeah, true. In the interview, Danny motherfucking Beard is so scoused down. Like, it cracks me up. The fillers are sitting, the lips are pumped, the tan is nuclear at this point. Like, he just, every single time he comes up, I just give a little laugh of just like how scouse he is.
Yeah, I love him so much. Sorry, who has been keeping Jerry away from Starlet over these years? I thought that immigration, you'd have to do kind of like one of those eye test things and name the 5 Spice Girls before you're allowed in the country.
Well, maybe they're not fans of it over in Spice Girls. Maybe they never got there.
But she's been
I mean,
here long
she's a
enough.
Tory, so maybe. A country that has been badly rocked by such severe issues as apartheid. Maybe just not really here for the, what's her name? Geraldine Estelle.
Bernadette Estelle.
Hallowell.
I thought it was very heartwarming, though, to see how much people were bigging up Just May and saying how they're going to miss her and how she's a great queen.
She is.
Nice.
She's the fucking best. Shout out. I've got to be real with you. Seeing Copper's outfit again in the harsh light of the workroom.
That's the rest of
I'm going to need some explanations on that. That was... If you get ugly, if you stay ugly, you ain't got to get ugly.
Damn.
That outfit needed an exorcism. Like, seeing like the paint with the wig, with the costume, with the letters, I was like, wow, it's actually even worse than I remembered. Sorry.
So, you know when Pepper was trying to pull off Baby's squeaky trousers?
Yeah.
Do you know what it reminded me of?
Of trying to get me in the leather trousers. Let me tell you something, you tubby bitch.
Yeah, we were at a Halloween party, and
I mean,
it was a pre-party.
Yeah, pre.
And I don't know if you were trying to do a tactical poo. I don't know why the leather trousers came all the way off, but the crux of the problem is they didn't want to go back on.
They didn't. They're like proper like biker leather trousers. And
biker.
Groove. They and I put them on and I was wearing them, and then I ate and drank, and I think I was drinking like something sparkling
Probably
or
Cherry
whatever.
Lambrini.
I was drinking like sparkling, something. And then after I tried to go to the toilet, I was like, my trousers actually will not do back up.
No.
Like, I can't get them back on. And then, like, do you remember we got them on, and it took about 15 minutes, finally got them on, and I was like, I can't wear these are so uncomfortable, like, that then I had to ask for trousers, and I wore someone else's jeans.
Yeah, because I was going to say I was currently also doing a tactical vom in the bath, my memory of it is a petit peu hazy, you could say.
Love that at these pre's there was like about 15 people, and we like turned up, and it was like within like 10 minutes I was like, Barney can't get back into his trousers, get him some jeans. You're being sick in the thing. Like, do you remember also we did a photo shoot of like, we're all obviously dressed up in, we were dressed up as like Interview with the Vampires, weren't we? And
you were all vampires, and I was kind of like the
I was dressed up as Lestat,
the one that everyone just keeps alive to drink the blood of, the kind of just blood whore.
Yeah, we were doing very rowdy photo shoots in the hallways of this apartment
Crawling
block.
through blocks and stuff.
Fantastic. Did you clock, sorry to go back to drag, did you clock Pepper's giant new rocks? I didn't have her down as a techno diva.
Well, maybe she is. Maybe she's an ex-goth.
I hope so. That'd be nice. Well, you knew she was in Pistol. She was one of the punks in Pistol.
Oh, really? Maybe I'll
And the
watch
Danny
it then.
Boyle. Yeah,
I didn't.
super.
I thought it was going to be cringy.
You only see her like, I think she's got like one line. You only see her like a bit, but she is super fucking cute in it.
Can I hit you with something?
Please.
It's a brand new donkey day.
I paused it by mistake.
It's a brand new donkey day.
Oh no, I didn't.
No.
In the workroom. Maybe I cropped it too
Did you
much.
also clock that? I think Baby's got a little wagon out back. She was like, there was like her laying down, and she was giving me almost a bit BBL, if I'm honest.
Oh.
Yeah. Just like super cute curve and swerve. Also, did you clock? Most importantly, did you clock Danny Beard's chintzy Bambi robe?
No.
Oh my god, it's so sick. He's got this like, sort of like silk robe, and it's got like cartoons of like woodland and Bambi all over it.
Lovely.
Yeah, and it's
stuff.
super fucking chintzy. I thought you'd really
I bet
like
it's
it.
a real like Nana robe.
Yeah. It's lush. As always, asking the forever perennial question: why them hoes so cold? Why has everyone got fucking coats on?
I don't know, to keep them awake maybe post Jinx.
Truly,
Who else has been sleeping recently as well?
I think I'd like a sleep in there.
Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah.
if it's that cold though. Well, that's the job, I guess.
Truly. Also, did you? I spy with my tiny little eyes. LaPhil gagging at Sminty when Sminty was like, "Yes, because I'm the number one diva on the blah blah blah," and like LaPhil just went, "Oh."
No.
So jokes. So jokes. You'd be so livid if like one of them things got caught on camera and just like, it was supposed to be just a little moment between me, myself, and I. Actually,
So it's girl groups.
it is. It truly is. And we have the entrance of Lady RuPaul serving Tutti Frutti Mystery Inc. I thought,
Mystery Inc.
isn't that what they're called in Scooby Doo? Mystery Incorporated.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he was
You're
gonna
the one who refuses to basically
let him be where anything.
Well, it just makes me laugh because we share a Prime account for the Truffles, and then once me and my love muffin at home were like, who the fuck has been renting all of the Scooby-Doo movies this afternoon? And like the live action ones, we're like, what is Barney doing? Why does he love Scooby-Doo so
Fucking
much?
love Scooby Doo. It's because it's got Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. in.
At the height of their romance.
Yeah, and they're both just so fucking fit.
Is this
and I
maybe
love
where
them.
they met and fell in love?
Yeah, they're still married to this very day. How cute is
Lovely.
that? Yeah, I felt in my weary gay bones straight away that Baby would just be everything. I just knew as soon as it was like girl
She's one of
group.
the best dancers in London.
As soon as this was girl
Best
group,
dancer of St. Bernadette's.
she's so enigmatic and she's so fit, and also I feel like she gets it. Like she's a girl about town. I was just like, this is it. She's gonna be fucking tastic at this.
But it was too early for girl groups. Like, there's so many of them in the bands. We have to sit through 3 verses and like 5 choruses.
Yes, it's
Like,
a lot.
it's
Isn't it?
very unnecessary. You don't need 6 in a band. It's like they're doing literal Glastonbury length sets.
We obsessed with Dakota's little Christian girl autumn look. Sort of just her wrapped up in her cowboy boots and her big baggy jumper.
Oh, very.
I loved it. I'm really very soft for Dakota.
She's very soft herself.
Yeah, truly.
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
how bothered are you when people say Glastonbury as if it's the long lost brother of celebrity hairstylist Thomas Berry?
Thomas Berry. 100%. It's people that have never been. Because that wouldn't fucking wash down
That's
on
a
Worthy
real like
Farm, would it?
American pop stars. Like, everyone having a good time.
I'm at
Glastonbury.
Glastonbury. It's so embarrassing. So let's talk about these groups. What would you want to be? Which sort of group vibe would you want to be?
Well, the fact that it's a more rocky song, I would rather be with.
The Rockers.
Yeah, like if you are like serving like cunty pop star, then you can only really do that. But if you're like, we're just a ragtag bunch of freaks,
Miscreants.
you've literally got, you can do whatever you want. Like, even like their choreo wasn't even exactly the same. So like we do a punch here, and it's like, because it's more like personality based. I think that's a much cleverer line. Like, it's not, you don't need to be giving sexy girl band, which is going to be harder to look slick.
As a woman of hottie experience, I would want to be with the Stunners, but not. I would have wanted to be with them up until Starlet. As soon as Starlet was in that group, I was like, she's dud. Hopefully, if I could replace Starlet, I would have been like.
There was actually 2 other duds in that group, so now what?
I didn't think. I was so surprised at Jombers. I didn't think Jombers was going to be a dud, but here she is.
Too many words.
In the flesh.
She won't stop bloody talking.
What about when Pepper was like, ugh, thank you, girl. We need that as a sound. Any compliment, just like, ugh, thank you, girl. That would be fantastic. I can already tell Black Pepper is my goat of this entire season. She is a bitch who tells you straight to your visage. She's always been so truthful, and I respond very well to that.
I like that this time styling the look is part of the challenge as well. Because you remember in season 1 when they had the Destiny's Child girl group, it was like one person's in charge of choreo, one's in charge of the look, one's in charge of the makeup, and one's in charge of the hair. I think they should bring that back because that is a lot more
I like that.
fun and interesting, isn't it?
Can we talk? Triple threat. That's when you can sing, act, and dance. Like, how does that make any sense? About they don't need to. They're not acting. They're not. Like triple threat. What?
No, I get what she was.
Name?
I kind of get what she was thinking. Would you think it would be better if there was 3 of them? Do you think having more?
No, I mean even if there was 3 of them, the name is tacky as hell. It's horrible. It's like give up. Like Queens of the Bone Age, just like at least funny. At least it's a pun. And what would your girl band name be? Any thoughts?
Havana was the best I could do.
Havana. Okay, I'm a solo artist, so I would actually be Kanye West.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not very rock though. I suppose actually he's the
original. What did he say?
He's
the living greatest rock. He's
something like that.
The world's living greatest rock star or whatever.
I was a big fan of all the name workshopping.
Yeah.
Very into Shakespeare's Fister. I kind of wish they went with that, but I thought Queens of the Bone Age was a real banger as well.
Yeah, I really fucking want to be mates with Danny Beard.
Same, I'm obsessed.
Like, he seems like a real fucking good time girl, doesn't he? How confidente are we that the song is going to be good? I wrote this, obviously, having not heard the song. I was like, already sort of like, ugh. After the awful, what was it called?
BDE.
After that, like, I was like, we need a banger. The fandom needs a banger, you know? We need something to help us rise up.
I mean, it's definitely better than BDE. I think it's on the kind of level of breakup, bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that wasn't too bad. I mean, I'm not bumping it in the club, but I don't know.
So Baby has a degree in songwriting.
Where do you go for a motherfucking degree? I didn't even know that was like you could do that.
Would you consider yourself a songwriter?
Yeah.
So can you write a couple of stanzas about me right now on the spot? Go.
Okay. Man, I promise. She's so self-conscious. Baby is a motherfucking superstar. Like, she's a superstar. Just straight away, I was like, so confident, so supremely like... I would have really pegged Baby at this point that it's like 100% final, 100%.
Yeah.
This is her. Yeah.
I thought that Starlet's getting a lot of time in the confessionals this episode. It's really given me... Ask Destiny's Child. The writing is on the wall.
I knew Starlet was going home because they are using the most dry Vita interview clips, aren't they? It's literally just like, oh, I actually really liked that. I thought that was fun.
I quite like her though.
Oh yeah, no. It's just like, but she's not saying anything.
No,
they're not. It's not like commentary on anything. It's just like very weird, sort of like strange things to pick. It was like, yeah, our baby's going home, isn't she? Absolutely crying at Kathy Dennis's entrance and her schooling them on how to have attitude. I was like, I don't think they need to be told that from you, but okay.
Well, it's actually technically her second appearance on the show.
Why?
Because our old pals Tia and Lawrence lip synced to her song "Touch Me" in season 2 when they did. Dressed for the prehistoric runway, and Tia was a little pterodactyl. Do you remember?
I did. What about I Have a Burlesque History? So that's a no, you don't have any dancing.
She's done one performance, how dare you?
But when they were like, can you dance? I have a burlesque history. It's like, is that a calm way of saying, no, I cannot?
Well, it's considered dance. It's burlesque dancing is what it's called.
I mean, no, but I mean in having seen her.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I mean,
when I
Dita
think of
Von Teese
burlesque,
don't really do much, to be honest.
But when I think of burlesque dancers, I think of like gorgeous, sexy,
bump
like
and grind.
Dancing. Yeah.
So what did you think of Kathy's advice?
I really thought it was a bit here nor there. I didn't really think she gave anything of real note. But she has really banged out some classics, so you would listen. My notes are just full of constantly saying how obsessed with Dakota I am. Just so endearing and angelic, and when I'm obsessed with her little giggle.
Yeah,
it's like
she's
the cutest little cherub. Cannot get over how generic some of these lyrics are.
Always.
I will get into it later.
Okay.
Because one of them really takes the biscuit. I had to write it down.
It's quite funny that, like, yeah, Team Dakota, the Bone Agers, were like, okay, so
None of this shit.
I ain't snatching crown, I ain't tiny
snatch
waisting.
waist,
Yeah, no, that was good. I'm obsessed with the cheeky glint in Rue's eye when Baby mentioned twigs.
Yeah.
Who would your dream judge be?
I would really, really, really lose my mind if it was like, I'd lose my mind at Naomi. That would really like fucking, I would, but obviously she's probably never going to be on it again.
No.
I'd really lose my mind if it was like, who would it'd have to be like a glamour girl that I was like, I'd probably be lose my mind if it was Dita, to be honest.
She's already been on as well.
Yeah. Or maybe like Lana as well. I'd be like, damn. Twigs I would lose my mind over as well. I'd be like, fuck, she's going to see me perform and I'm quite scared. What about you?
I don't know. I feel like it would be like a weird surprise one, like some C-list celebrity that I would have no idea how much I'm
Chloe
obsessed
from Geordie
with them.
Shore.
Oh, yeah. Any of the Shore gals. Jersey
Anyone
or
from Maths,
Geordie.
yeah.
Oh my God. Melanie Schilling comes out.
Paul Brunson looking fine as a motherfucker.
I love as well that her name's just Mel Schilling, so her name could be Melrose,
Melton.
Melissa, Maleficent. We just don't know. It's so
I know,
exciting.
such a woman of mystique.
So we got Strike 2 coming now.
Let me hear the scream that you would let out imagine if they just were like, it's Miss Britney Jean Spears.
Oh, couldn't.
Yeah.
I'd go home.
Collapse.
Strike 2. RuPaul calls jumpers J-Bon. And then they end up compromising
like Yasmin
on
Le Bon.
JB.
Yeah.
It's like,
He
honey,
doesn't
you
have
not
a
got an
clue.
earpiece in.
He doesn't have a fucking clue. Why did they beep motherfucking but not fucking?
Yes,
Did you
that's
notice
what
that?
I thought. I guess
Chill
that
out, babe.
like practices and standards something, because I listened to the Office Ladies podcast and they often talk about like what like it's really like weird thin like red tape that certain things are allowed and certain things aren't.
It's like the Isle of Man dick thing. Do you know that?
I feel like you've actually even said it on the pod.
Really
but
before.
I can't remember.
It's like a really weird old TV thing. It's literally just the whatever the angle. I don't even think it's the Isle of Man, but it's like whatever the
how
angle.
much the boner is.
Yeah, if the boner is above that, it can't be on TV.
I'm liking Pixie this week, where they're really showing her cracking the jokes, being quick.
Yeah, me too. Then let's head into the recording studio with Queens of the Bon Age. I was gonna say when are these Jebends gonna realise
Jebend?
Jebend. You never heard that?
No.
Oh,
What's
like
a jeb?
A jeb.
A knob.
Yeah, like a bellend. Absolute jeb.
Oh, a jeb is specifically the helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hate when people say helmet. Oh God, it's such a gross term. I was gonna say no Emanike, no Smash. When they had Emanike in the room, everything went well.
Well, Leland said that he wrote all of the songs.
I know. Well, that's what I said I was going to say. That was so surprised. I thought you wrote all of them. You came up with BDE, but also UK Han. Very confusing.
Not everyone's a hit all the time.
Truly.
Even Kathy Dennis has some clangers, I'm sure.
LaPhil is like a member of Lordy. She is like a bit like a drag cookie monster. She's just literally like, I can't get over this like little gremlin. She just like comes in, she's like, she's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I loved how far in everyone from this team went.
Yeah.
And it's quite funny because obviously they always play a different beat to throw you off. And it kind of looked like they could be doing too much, but everyone with the cans on, as we say in the biz, they were all reacting well. So I was like, okay, this is going good. Yeah. But the flirting with Copper and Freddie was very intense. I felt like I was overstaying my welcome at the orgy.
Oh, but I felt happy for 100%. You I felt happy for her. I thought, good. You get some strange while you're at the Beeb. What is it about Drag Race and sustained notes? When would you ever listen to a song and it's like, just like they love to do it. It's like that's like the third time it's happened. It's like they don't even end up using it ever.
Who does the first one?
Jinx.
The 80s. Yeah.
Amen. And then she did it again when she came back for All Stars. It's like, baby, we've got to let this go. It's like, you're not a singer.
I just know maybe they think it's impressive because you hold it for so long it doesn't break, but it doesn't sound very nice.
No, it's horrible. And like you would never use it. Like how could you unless it was like underneath something, but gross. I couldn't clock at all what sort of song it was going to be.
No.
Like I was really not like getting the vibe and I was like, okay, I'm interested
because this team is like hard rock hallelujahing and then this starts doing like speed rap. I loved Black Pepper, but it was throwing me that she was talking about her like line about high kick Mayweather because he is a boxer. why are you talking about kicking? Like it didn't make sense to me.
And
but
also the timing of it as well. I was like, why is no one clocking that she's got 2 little words in the line? I mean, they did say it to her, didn't they? They're like, your timing's a bit off.
no, they said Jumba's timing's off, but they were like, you have your own rhythm, and that's really cool to Peps.
I wasn't into it.
Lovely to
Are you a
shout
bit
out.
Roxy rude?
I like to be,
Yeah, you
more
do,
than
to
Pixie polite, that's for sure.
What a barrier to be like, I'm so shy and embarrassed of my voice. Like, how difficult to exist as a drag artist and be like, I am shy.
We don't always, like, not every drag queen has to host if they just lip sync and, like, you don't necessarily have to
But if you're shy,
talk.
like, if you're a drag artist is a performer. Like, you have to be able to perform. And being shy does not marry, well, as you'll see. It just doesn't marry with... and that must be so tough, because can you get over shyness? Is that something that you could, like, fully...
I've gotten over shyness.
But not that you were never that shy, were you?
When I was younger, I was.
Oh, really? God, I can't even imagine you being shy.
I'm still a bit shy to certain extents in life situations. Well, no, I am shy. Like, I hate people having to deal with them.
True. This entire thing made me think we should be gatekeeping rock music more. Maybe rock music is not for everyone.
No.
The Glee Does Rock it wasn't ticking any of my boxes, to be honest.
It's very, not that I've seen High School Musical, but I imagine
Very
it's
that.
that, yeah.
Very that.
But I was digging it. I've even got the song currently in my head right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do like a D, don't you? I say this with love, and as a fellow Irish gal, Johnny B, too much Paddy on the verse. It was just so aggressively Irish.
I don't think they can change that.
I feel like she's giving the Emerald Isle a bad rep. A nightmare for the Irish PR. Like,
They don't need to be reminded of the famine.
like, do you know what I mean? It's like, you let the potatoes go. Like, it was just everything was like, it's like being at the Cause convention. Like, too much Irish.
And then also, when she's talking about varieties, that makes me think of Heinz baked beans.
I suppose because you can have potatoes so many ways.
But think of chicken. How many ways you can have chicken?
Yeah, it's something in the milk went right to me. But should we head into the rehearsals?
Let's do it. I really liked how LaFille took charge of the choreo for the boners.
Yeah, I'd really respond well to that if someone was just like, right, this is me, and it's not too many cooks.
Yeah, and it's just like simple kind of strong power moves. Again, that sort of long point across the stage. Let's honestly take up as much time as we can with minimal
This was a very you
brain
routine,
stuff.
actually.
Yeah, I would have loved that.
Can I ask, how can you be a fucking drag performer and not dance? I don't get it. Like, what? No group numbers? No, like, you can't, like, pick up a bit of choreography?
Well, they did in the end.
Yeah, true. But it just blows my mind that every single time there's people be like, I never dance. It's like, nothing.
But Danny B's
even
got
a little-
the mouth. Why would you want to waste time that they could be talking with him dancing?
Because, like, in your live shows, do you not ever, like, perform with other people and you're like, oh, let's do it? But, like, it just, for someone that has danced their whole life, it's just a bit sad that it's like, get a bit of dancing, throw a couple of moves in, girlies.
Maybe you should try talking for once, Barney. Explore
I think
yourself.
I talk enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a joke.
I also thought in this dance thing, Sminty has such a beautiful feminine body expression. Like when she was like dancing, just like the way that she was moving, I was like, she looks very fucking cute, very sexy. And let me tell you, them men's is up in there. No, they don't all have that.
No. I actually thought that Baby's choreo wasn't too stressy either.
No, I thought it was all
Nice
very
and
manageable.
chilled.
But we'll see, does she remain chilled about the choreo and about
Well,
the
yeah.
performances?
And they, apart from Starlet, they've just been making everything to do with Triple Threat seem so smooth. And it's like, we are careering towards a calamity here.
Absolutely.
I could bet money that they're going to lose with looking that good.
Yeah. Back over on Elimination Day, we need to talk about this identical twin. When she said, I've got an identical twin, I thought, there is Winona Schiffer, an existing queen. And I always thought that was like her drag daughter, but then went back on Winona Schiffer's profile and they are absolutely twins.
Yeah.
Like they look so identical. And girls, if I'm sure you're following Dakota, but go and follow Winona Schiffer because she is an actual Earth Angel. Like they're both
More of an angel.
No,
Wow,
no,
you're
no. They're
pitting them
both
against each
so
other.
beautiful together. I mean, it's because they look so similar. They're both. Oh my god, just heaven.
And
Absolute-
apparently we're going to get the Coyle twins on next season.
oh yeah,
of
Sugar and
Drag
Spice
Race,
and
so
all things.
very obsessed with
Nice.
them. That's good. I've always wished that I could experience that twin telepathy thing.
Same.
Like
Would
if
love
I'm
it.
in another room, it's like, what finger am I pulling? And you would just know.
But also jealousy. What if one's hotter than the other?
Plastic surge.
Yeah, but it's too much resentment waiting to happen. Imagine if both of them, isn't it insane that not only were they both queer, but they were both trans as well? Like, insane. Like, absolutely. That's really a mother's dream. To have two queer identical children.
Quildren.
Yeah.
Shall we head into an advert break?
I've just got a couple more things to say.
Oh, sure.
Do you want to be in a skinny girl group or in a queue for Greg's? That's the real question. Which, ideally, what would you want to be in?
Can I not be in the queue whilst...
Being skinny.
Yeah.
What is your order from Greg's, the vegetarian sausage roll?
Yeah, that's the only thing really. I used to really like the chicken and mushroom chicken and mushroom bake, but they don't have a vegetarian of that. They have a beef one, but
Yeah.
I want that chicken. I want
I
that
can't
gravy.
even imagine you eating meat now. That seems such like a lifetime ago.
Mm.
But also, why is Starlet wearing tapes? This is very funny because I wrote this and then we'll come back to it obviously later. Why is she wearing tapes? Her face is basically vertical as it is. Like all of her features are already naturally like so angled, so drawn, and she has the cuntiest face known to man. Like it's like if a person that snatchy is taping, wow, brick house over here. I should be triple taping.
Or maybe you've just never seen her without the tapes.
Well, no, like even as a boy, like her face is so severely like angled and so like pointy and stuff.
Well, I
So-
saw her on her Instagram that a few weeks ago she started using preventative Botox, so that's probably helping as well.
Oh, I suppose it's doing its work. And as are we, thank God. Yeah, let's take a little break.
Let me tell you something, you ugly bitch.
Here, Luke's.
Go on.
Let me tell you. Sorry, this is not actually a particularly sunny one, but it's just I came across it and was so shocked that in 1987, Delta Airlines had to make a public apology for arguing in plane crash litigation that they should pay less in compensation for the life of a gay passenger than for a heterosexual one because the gay one might have AIDS. 1987.
Well, that's the height
That
of
was
AIDS.
like-
Doesn't surprise me.
That was 35 years ago. That is insane.
Well, it was only recently made illegal to rape your wife in the UK.
When, like, Putin,
Disgusting!
nuke us, stat.
Honestly.
Please.
They
like,
probably won't waste the nukes, so that they're nuking themselves.
we need it. Let's talk main stage, girlies. RuPaul, resplendent in Valentino pink.
Giving me your Marilyn, your Madonna.
The girls, the
Yeah.
dolls, the divas.
I love that hair colour on her, as always.
Loved Michelle's hair, as always. So heavenly, so thick, so luscious, so full.
Giving me, like, 80s secretary.
Yeah. Twix was so withdrawn. Very giving me Ambien. But so beautiful, so beautiful. She was in custom Christopher Kane, styled by Matthew Josephs, and thought she looked gorgeous.
Me and Anita, when we did Burlesque, we were at Proud Camden, and she was there before she was famous, just like to sing jazz songs.
Yeah.
And she was so quiet
Yeah. She is.
backstage. So yeah, after me, I only meeting her once, her. That seems exactly how she is.
Yeah. But just like so, she seems so shy, which is actually very endearing and very adorable, I think. But just like a woman of very few words. Imagine
Softly
that.
spoken, sweetie.
Yeah. Let's talk Yass-tonbury.
Okay, first up, we've got Triple Threat featuring Jay Blonde this time.
Jay Blonde!
I thought Baby, of course, was great.
She's a motherfucking it girl.
Yeah, it seems so shady to have Starlet on straight after her.
But argue with someone else about that body. Oh my God.
Who?
And
Starlet.
Starlet. Hot damn, she was wearing a couple of fishnets, couple of rhinestones, and a bit of toothpick or whatever. Like insane. The body was just like crazy. And gorgeous wig as well. I really like that. Just like little bumped fringe, long red. Thoughts on the look? You didn't score the looks, did you?
No.
Good.
I just wish she had been more playful with it. Like, if you were saying you're doing it a burlesque style, then give us a little, like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Give us anything. Something, I pray.
Yeah, and it's funny.
Go on, sorry.
Just like, you could see her, like, looking around for the choreo. Just like, if we, the audience, hadn't caught that, just them cutting to RuPaul, giving a look. It's like, oh, yeah, no, thank you for confirming that she did fuck
You are
up
going
there.
home.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong in the middle. You can't be in the middle if you can go wrong. And if you are, you need to have the gumption that it's like, you're in the middle, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do something. Drop.
It's annoying because on the second chorus, she was a lot better. She like got it more. So it's just frustrating for her, I guess, that she was in the middle for the very beginning because she was not together
It's
there.
just nuts because she's obviously giving like femme fatale, like I get what she's trying to serve, but it's just like it cannot be one note when you're doing a pop song, like when you're doing a song or performance. It was I actually found it quite sad to watch because I was like, oh, I want her looks are going to be so incredible and I want her to be so fantastic. And it was just really sad that it was like, oh, I feel like you're letting yourself down a bit.
Ouch, it hurts.
I know.
And then Sminty and John Bon Jovi, as I'm now calling her,
John Bon Jovi
didn't even have time to learn their lyrics. At one point, Jombas is like, I see the light, but cupped her hand to her ear as if she was hearing the light. What's this?
It makes zero sense. Too many words for old Smints as well, wasn't it? She was having a real... But when she did the SMINTYDROP, I was like, that's fantastic.
SMINTYDROP.
Yeah. I know, but what was annoying is I really liked her lyrics. I thought they were really good and clever. And it was just annoying that she... do you know what I was a bit confused about? That look on Miss Jonba's Blonde, that was not what I expected from a fashion girl. It was much more Chad Michaels All-Star.
I actually can't remember it.
It was like sort of like black vinyl, like triangular puffed sleeves. It was very sort of
yeah.
Jaden Dior Fierce tees.
I thought we were done with shoulders
I wish we would be.
in 2022.
Yeah.
The final move of their one was like a left to right head whip. And did you see Starlet was barely giving a aggravated head shake?
She was giving...
But to be fair to her, I do find it very hard to like lose my head when you have to like whip it round. My head always wants to stay straight. Like that's why I can't dirty wine, I believe.
Truly, you need a real fluidity of movement. I needed more front-on performance from Black Pepper. It was like the energy was everywhere, and I just
Michelle was right, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just needed just 10 more seconds of just like giving it out front, so that I could connect with it because it was a bit hard to. But let's get down to the brass tacks. Starlet's commitment to serving searing hot, pure, unadulterated cunt is at this point quite earth-shaking. Like the way that she looked, people died. Like insane. Like that is cunt.
I loved as well. It was very tough vibes backstage, but it's like making me cackle when they're just feeling really shit. And Baby's told them that none of them hit the choreo. Starlet's like, do you know what? I felt really confident out there. I had fun, and just like everyone, just like, what the fuck have you said?
That was theatre. That was so fucking camp. Like that was making me crack up so much that it's just like, baby, you were going wrong in the middle. It doesn't matter whether you're having fun or not. Like. Someone's going to have to go home and it's going to be you.
Yeah, maybe next time she performs, if she ever does, she won't wear face tapes. So she can give a little bit of variation.
Maybe. Thoughts on backstage? Yeah, I am a bit annoyed from Baby. Is that justified? Can you be annoyed that the other people in your group messed up?
Yeah, if it's like means you've got a chance of going home when you could have been in the winning team.
Sure. So you do think that was fair? I do. That's the sort of thing that I would be like, never. I'm actually really fucking pissed off because I was really good and you were terrible.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, okay. Now let's talk about Queens of the Bone Age.
I feel like I've kind of already said what I thought about them, just about how they just went about it so the better way. Like, you don't need, if you're in a rock band, you're not going to be doing choreo. So it was perfectly fine that each person to do their verse, they stood at the front and everyone else was just like hyping behind them. Like, why would they be doing choreography in a rock
Just give
song.
him, just give him
Just
that
like
rock
hyping
energy.
and just it seemed a lot more fun and free and like just
You want the whole thing free. It can't be overly choreographed. It's not.
Yeah.
100%.
you could just tell they were having fun and there's immediately a change the vibe.
I feel like this group, if 55-year-old media execs from Barnsley got in a boardroom and were like, right, let's dream up a rock band. That's what they'd come up with.
Copper's lyrics were like rock and roll.
I'm glad you brought that up.
But before you say what you're going to say, which I imagine is negative, I thought it was actually quite refreshing to just... What does every verse that everyone writes have to be about themselves? Like, not all songs are like that. Songs are just weird. Like, just say something. Like, catch the vibe of the song. I'm not mad.
And with that thought, ooh, let's rock, let's rock. Rocking in a frock. Let me hear you scream. I am a queen. Not since Shakespeare walked our good green earth has such wit and poetic lyricism.
I don't think it matters. Like, it's the vibe of the song. I don't need to hear
The bard
your
lives on.
exact height and like what
Yeah,
shoes
yeah.
you like and stuff.
No, I do. It's just that just seemed particularly shocking to me.
That's
It's like,
real
wow,
loose.
Like, just like words were said.
Music,
Yeah.
sounds, drop into the ground.
It's just like a collection of words, basically.
Yeah.
Just like, ooh, rock, frock, dressing, queen. Like, what? Like, that's so... I could have come up with them lyrics in 2.4 seconds. Like, just...
But
be
yeah,
like,
but
words.
why sweat it? Like,
yeah, true.
woof, the Triple Threats vibes backstage after seeing the boners. It was funny because it's like they were. Baby was like, "If you can't say anything nice," and I was thinking, "No, fucking tell us. We're here watching.
Yeah.
Tell us the nasty things. Don't keep them locked up inside. You're on TV, girl."
Yeah, we need it. We need fodder. Why is Pixie Polite dressed up like a Dolly Parton in a 60s bouffant? She's supposed to be in a rock band.
You got what you got, ain't you?
Yeah, true. Obviously, Dakota was just fucking cute as a button, wasn't she? Giving real sort of like girl in the band.
Very Marianne Faithful.
Very Anita Pallenberg.
Sure,
you know?
sure.
Cheddar looks so insanely beautiful. I couldn't concentrate. When it cut to her, I was like, and I loved her wig as well. Gorgeous. Just like an insane beauty, no? Cheddar.
Ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Absolute heaven. Obviously, I love Danny. What a fucking little rocket.
Yeah.
I
I want to go out drinking with him and Thomas from Maths.
that video that you sent me of her just going down shops.
In my thigh-high metallic silver boots.
But let's take it to the runway, no?
Run.
For runway category, we
runway.
have Neon Nights. Now, Lucy Latt, tell the divas, what would you be serving for Neon Nights?
Well, I was very disappointed that no one did any like actual neon that lit up. Like
thinking about this. Like a
Fierce
lovely-
Delicious in the periodic table runway
Yeah.
for Canada. I think I would like to be a sexy neon sign lady, like one that would be up on a brothel or a strip club in Las Vegas.
The working ladies.
So just like I'd have all my outlines in neon, maybe like the outline of my wig, like fishnets going across and like shoes.
So fucking sick.
And then just be like a walking
That's
sign.
such a fucking good idea.
Thank you.
Wipe it from the pod.
10
Definitely
points.
need to go. I struggled with this. Not really that. This would be one where I would like have an idea of an existing garment.
Yeah, just
and
a
then
cool
just make
outfit I like
Yeah,
and-
just make it neon. But I would like to go, neon makes me think of 80s, obviously, and I would like a really fucking sick cartoon style like Jean-Paul Gaud. Gaud? Jean-Paul Gaud or Gaud?
All I know is Gautier. So
Jean-Paul Gaud, like 80s fantasy, something a bit cartoony.
sure.
maybe.
A bit nagely.
Yeah, although I think that makes me think more pastel. But yeah, definitely. But let's talk the divas on the runway for Neon Nights. First up, we have Starlet serving Neon Demon.
Mr. Blobby Part 3.
Yeah.
I absolutely love this. What?
Do you think that was her Mr. Blobby?
What, and she changed it?
Yeah. And just like didn't paint a pink face, but that was supposed to be like a cunty Mr. Blobby.
Maybe.
That would make a lot of fucking sense.
But I
wouldn't
mean, it also works for Neon Demon as well.
Yeah.
I thought the the yellow fluffy bits are really sick. It's giving me weird Dr.
Sick.
Zeus character.
Okay.
But then we can't talk about him too much because he is racist.
Yeah.
I gave it 10 truffles.
What?
Yeah. Thought it was sick.
You are insane.
Thank you.
If this was on a queen that was a size 14, people would be like, what the fuck are you wearing? She was wearing just like a pink velvet thing with bits of yellow feathers on. It's like
So it had a headpiece, it had like shoulder details, it had like a big massive long tail.
It was so simple. In just like
it was gorgeous.
She's thin, and that's what made it.
No, I don't think
Not
so.
that I think thinness is beauty,
You've
but
played your cards out now, Barney.
Well, it was just what is so impressive about her is how statuesque she is. Like, I think she's an incredible visual artist, but one of the things that's really impressive about it is how fantastic her figure is.
I don't like, you keep going on about it, but to me, I don't think it's over. She just is like a thin girl.
Yeah, but it's like she does have a history in burlesque. She's got a beautiful way of holding herself, I think. Like her limbs look very long. It's almost a bit balletic. And I don't mean like she's got a fantastic figure. Like, obviously she's very just straight down, but like she's got a very
face of Minogue, waist of Marilyn.
Exactly. But she's just very breathtaking, I think. But I just thought this look was just, I don't know. If this was on Bob the Drag Queen, it would be nothing.
I don't think Bob would execute it like that, though.
True.
It was giving me, is his name Max from Where the Wild Things Are?
Yeah.
When he comes out.
I just expect the world from her because she's one of the most incredible visual artists. I think she's absolutely exquisite. And I think some of the looks that we saw even before Drag Race were so insane that this just didn't really do it for me.
Clearly.
Which
so
is
what are you
sad.
giving it?
I gave it 6. But next up we have Jambers. 7 Painter. And I thought this had a very, I can't really articulate this properly, but I thought it had a very cute sort of early Vogue, modish Petrushka vibe to it. I loved it.
I don't know what Petrushka is.
A model.
Sure.
But like there's something about her face, the way she paints the hat, something that was giving me real sort of like modish, like...
It was giving me more like sort of 20s, 30s kind of
Yeah,
vibe,
maybe
with
that's
the
what
hair.
I mean.
Was it neon though, or was it just bright orange?
No, it wasn't, was it?
This one wasn't really for me.
No?
And I love a wig, so that was a disappointment.
Yeah.
So I gave it 6.5.
I actually did
truffles.
love the wig on her though. When she took it off the lip sync, I thought that's a cute little cut on her. She was making me think of our good girl Jessie Buckley.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
a little chart. But I gave it 7. I thought, good for you.
Hang on.
Definitely, I thought it was fun. I like the beat.
Next up, we have She's Our Baby, She's My Baby, She's Your Baby, She's Baby. Serving Everything I Love I Have on My Body, Carnival Queen.
Yes. It's got to be Bang London, right? I didn't even bother to look.
Can I give a little gripe? I really like Bang London outfits. They're such good, like the shit that they did for like Taste, for example. Like if you wanted a show costume to go on stage and have it like glittered the fuck out, like stone to high heaven, they're so sick. But one thing I don't love on Drag Race is like we're getting into a bit of a world now where people come in bang, and it's so like you can tell straight away that you're like, that's Bang London because of the style that they do. They use a lot of the like, it's so well done, and it's like the materials that they use and the like fastenings, everything. It's very iconic to Bang London. That then I'm just like, okay, this isn't really telling me much about you. This is like a good showcase for Bang London. Do you know what I mean? And we're getting that quite a bit. That just like girls come in and it's like, it's not doing anything because Bang London does a very specific, they're all like unitard based mostly. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what we see on Drag Race. I know they do loads more insane stuff, but like, and so then I'm just like, okay, this isn't really giving me anything. It's just giving me like an advert for Bang London.
I feel like I've seen this without all the gubbins on Shea Coulee as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like girls wear it. They're so fucking great to perform in.
But this particular colour
that
combo.
one.
I could have done without the chains, but obviously sign a bitch up for the glitter and the feathers. I gave it a 7.5.
I gave it an 8. I thought she looked fantastic and I liked the whole thing. It's just it was just a very good advert for Bang London.
Yeah.
Is what I mean. Next up we have Sminty serving Galian. Thoughts?
It reminded me like a Venus flytrap, which I very much enjoyed. Yes, I like the wig.
Yeah, which is vodka.
Yes. At first I thought it would be Marco's.
That's what I thought as well. I think it's maybe based on a Marco.
Maybe.
Them colour combos are very Marco, aren't they? But
yeah, with the swirls. But yeah, I thought I liked it. I gave it 8 truffles. Loved the finger feathers.
Yeah, same.
Lots of feathers this time, aren't there?
I thought it was fun and I liked the beat, so I gave it 7. But I would have preferred a top.
Yeah.
It just looked a bit disjointed for me. It just didn't look completely finished. And obviously a bit shit that she's come in with a similar silhouette.
Well, I'm going to talk about that later.
Yeah. Also they just have no... I know you will probably run this up later, but...
Well, don't steal it from my words now then.
Okay.
Keep my notes name out your mouth.
Next up, we have my girl Black Pepper serving Silicon Valley. I put heaven, 10, no notes.
Wow, I had a couple of notes about the hat.
Really?
Yeah.
Chicken feathers, not ostrich.
I didn't think they were chicken feathers. I think they were like thin bits of plastic.
Oh, really?
And I would rather they be feather or latex, but to me they look like bits of plastic bag.
I didn't mind it as
and the yellow wasn't a match either. It's a bit more like a soft pastel lemon.
I didn't really mind that at all. I thought visually it wouldn't have been the right thing if it hadn't had a hat of some sort. Like the hat brought everything together so perfectly.
But I feel like their hat and the dress were purchased at separate times and just thrown together rather than them being made with
did you
each
hear
other.
That pod thrown together? I loved it. What would you give it?
I gave it an 8.6 apparently.
Brilliant.
But I really like the kind of like hips sticking out and stuff. That was cool.
Next up, we have Miss Copper Top serving a little Marge on the runway.
It's not really my era, but it is just in time for the David Guetta Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Da remix. So in that case, I gave it 6 truffles.
Cute. I said equally, there's just always one per season, isn't there? Maybe sometimes 2, where it's just like, this is not my aesthetic. This is not the choices that I would make.
And they're clearly a foundational drag character because they continue to have these people in. So it's obviously just like, this is a part of drag that is not to your liking.
Often for me, it's like the girls that have I really love old drag. I love end of the pier, old school big wig drag. But it's often the girls who like don't, maybe like fashion is not an element of, because I love fashion, and that sounds like a read and it's not at all, but like, because I really like fashion, it's like, that's probably one of my favourite things about drag, when drag and fashion collide, and like the historical references. And it's often the girls that are just like, that's not what I want for my drag. That I'm like, oh, these are not the choices I'd make. But then it's like, they probably don't care about what drag I like. So,
I call shade.
but this one, I was a bit lost with this. New romantic ? 80s ? That's
I
not
was just
what I was getting
reading
from it.
Prince Charming.
Yeah, that's not what I was getting from it. And I thought I would maybe prefer that it went
more new romantic.
Yeah, so I gave it 5. Next up, we
Wow,
have...
I really slid that one under the mat, didn't you? Give 5. Next up,
we have Danny B serving Miss Juno. How lovely for Miss Birch to get a
lovely shout out. Yeah,
I know. Why haven't they had her as a guest judge?
I don't know.
That'd be so sick.
Remember when they brought Jodie Harsh on and just had a fake
like,
DJ
in the back?
Yeah, and they're not even a guest judge.
Yeah, and she wasn't even like... Do you remember as well? Like, she was like literally just like, they didn't even like really introduce her.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, and Jodie Harsh is here, and she's just like in the back, just like looking super orcs. Very weird. But we have Miss Juno serving retro futurism, I guess.
I thought to myself, is Danny Beard going to be just a weird, slick alien every week? And then I hope so, because I love it.
Yeah, me too. I gave it 9.
I gave it 7.5. Love a queen with special effects as well.
Yeah.
Wig is super cute.
Yeah. Next up, we have Cheddar Gorgeous.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Serving Truffle Shuffle. Tell the dolls, tell the divas what we got tattooed on us the other day.
We have got mushroom tattoos on
Psychedelic
us.
mushrooms.
And our girl Lisa Venturella, she is apprenticing at 60 Ink on Greek Street in Soho.
No, Denmark Street.
Denmark, that's it, the one with the guitars.
Yeah.
And she is doing apprentice rates. So if you want a sweet tat, hit her up.
Yeah, we are long-time lovers of mushroom life. And we've really been fed. We've had Evie Oddly doing mushrooms. We've had Willow Pill doing mushrooms.
Know.
And now Cheddar Gorgeous joins the pantheon of psychedelic mushroom lovers.
Into it.
And this, again, stunning. 10, no notes.
Same, yeah. Obsessed with the way she was shimmying about and just like the gorgeous
spores.
face.
Oh.
Yeah, 10. An obvious 10.
Who is going to be the final 3?
Right now?
Yeah.
Cheddar. Who is there? I don't know.
Cheddar, black pepper, Danny.
But it's hard though because half the girls have done bad this week. Well, not really, but it's thrown me all up in the air. I don't really want to say.
No, it's the star power of them that's really getting me. Next up, we have Dakota Schiffer serving Space Diva.
Serving lemon and lime Battenberg.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fucking love Battenberg.
All the cakes.
Yeah.
Unless your coffee moves.
Just simple but lovely.
I thought if it's Pokemon, you could have gone a bit madder, but then she's not a cosplay gal. She's a model, so what's the girl to do?
It's exactly like we were talking about last week. It's just like I don't think she's ever going to come out with like a look that's not heavily inspired by runway fashion. I don't think it's ever going to be like, I'm in a crazy kooky alien look. Like, I think it's always going to be through the perspective of a fashion girly. Because she's a fashion sweetie, darling.
Queen, Dakota.
Yeah. And I just loved it, and I gave it 8.
I gave it 6.5.
Okay, Miss LaFille serving Naomi Litterpicker.
Hilarious.
Insane. Also, most importantly, who was she giving in the face?
Who?
Oh, Miss Minaj. Literally looked exactly like Nicki Minaj.
Well, you're going to have to put a picture of that up.
I 100% will. It was blowing my mind. In fact, I think I actually took a photo because I was like, that is Nicki Minaj.
Can you also put a picture of the Disney
That's
green
Nicki
up?
Minaj. Chinese bangs with the bun up.
Yep.
Like, that is that not insane?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also put a picture of what up?
The Disney green, which you refused to let us see.
Oh, yeah. I can do that. This was absolutely cracking me up. And I really liked it. I thought it was weird and it was a nice reference, but it wasn't like she wasn't like dressed up as Naomi.
Yeah.
And I liked the wig on her as well. That was super fucking jokes. Because that's the hair that Naomi had, wasn't it? Like sort of like that weird like
Bob, I've got a picture of it somewhere. I thought the coat swamped her, but I loved the mirrored corset, and of course the grabber was stoned, so that was great. Very similar to Just May's crossing lady.
Oh, shout out JM, what she was doing.
Well, she was saying her dad, I don't think it's called a crossing guard in England, but like a lollipop lady kind of thing. She had a multicoloured neon lollipopper outfit.
From the Stop video, is that? Do they have one in Stop?
No,
She done a TikTok to.
Well, yeah, because she's a traffic lady.
That
They're all
makes
dressed
sense,
60s, aren't they, in the streets?
I can't really remember it.
Yeah.
I can't really remember the vids.
60s in the streets.
Lovely.
I gave it 7.
I gave it 8, the Naomi Little Pick. And last up, we have Miss Pixie Polite serving oversized structure plastic realness, is how she described it.
I very much enjoyed the print, the palette, the jacket.
The palette's
very me.
Very,
yeah.
very you.
Although if I had to critique, and I feel that I want to, the hat shape reminded me of one of those Scottish tam o' shanter.
Tam o' shanter.
Yeah, that's Irish.
Yeah.
Scottish tam o' shanter.
Scottish tam o' shanter.
Aye. Oh yes. Did you see that Rue shouted out again 22 inches at a wig clearly longer? I was like, okay, there's a deeper story with this.
Yeah.
So I found out it's actually from a Vine, and I am going to
play said Vine.
Show it to you and play the sound, and I think you're going to be shocked. Bear with.
Oh my god, this is so. Oh, not Miss TS, Miss Puerto Rican.
New weed. 22 inches. Yes. New weed.
Let me tell you something, you ugly bitches. That is, for those that were around in the Vine era, that is T.S. Madison.
Although I called her TJ on this, and I had to Google, is TJ and TS the same person? But maybe it's a typo.
And then at the end, it's just her shaking her big old titties and butt. And yeah.
That dong.
Yeah, that's what T.S. Madison was known for. Like, she is serving gorgeous womana, but also packing heat.
Well, isn't that because, didn't you say, like, TS is how they search for the trans girls on Pornhub?
Yeah, TS is like the code word for like
trans.
But yeah.
So I gave that a 9.
I gave it a 7, and I really liked it. I thought that I've really just warmed to her in this. Not that I was ever cold to her, but like I really, really liked her in this episode. Just especially when she was like, "This is like a literal." What I fucking love is when people don't play it cool, and when people are like, when she was like that.
Hang on, because I've got comments on that.
Lukey has thrust a hand in my face and said, "Desist." I've been hit with a cease and desist. I cannot. No. But let's go on to the zing, the ming.
Does it brighten up your world? Is it a zinger? Does it make you want to hurt? Is it me? Zingers and mingers.
God damn, I need a toilet and I didn't go when we took an advert break.
Oh, let's talk zingers and mingers. What zinged hard for you this week?
It's going to have to be Danny's little yellow space freak flipper.
Yeah, loved it. That was manhandled.
Nice.
Who is, I believe, formerly of How's Your Head?
Yes,
Yeah.
seems so. Shout out our manhandled How's Your Head family.
Yeah.
Love you.
I loved Dakota's little Gwen bob. Do you remember when Gwen, I think it was for the Sweet Escape video, she did that sort of like, I believe Willem's got one as well, like
Heavy 70s bang.
Yeah, heavy,
Yeah.
but and then sort of like big, thick, curled bob.
Very
Pulp Fiction.
No,
Scarface.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
exactly what I meant when I said Pulp Fiction.
Cool.
Yeah. Loved that, and I loved the little green edges of it. Thought that was very cute. But also definitely Sminty's as well.
Do you see that was actually long at the back though?
What?
The wig. It had like
Smint's?
a little Dakota's. It was, remember when Georgie had
Really?
that wedge?
Oh, it's got like multiple. Oh, love that even more. And what minged for you this week?
Sorry, Jambers, it's that little bob for me.
Oh, it's the bob for me. Mine was Copper's Blue Pile Up featuring exposed man hair at the back. I thought.
So the winner of the Maxi Challenge
Yes.
is Queens of the Bone Age. Deserved?
It's frustrating because if I think something so visual and obvious as I don't want to blame it all on Starlet, but I think something so visual and then them doing like the RuPaul face makes you think that theirs was awful, but I didn't think it was awful at all. I didn't think there was like a car crash, but that's how they were trying to. It was
pretty bad
pretty
watching the
ropes.
girls not have their words.
I feel like Black Pepper was good. I feel like Sminty was fine. She just forgot it. Like, I liked her rap. I liked her energy. And I also thought, obviously, Baby was sensational. Baby was the best out of all of them.
Ooh, la,
Wow. And so I just thought it was difficult. I didn't love the other group. So,
I much preferred them.
but I did think they were better, obviously.
Yeah.
They're cohesively, they were much better.
So that means that all 6,000 girls of them get a badge, which means at this point, episode 2, everyone has a badge apart from Baby, Starlet, Jumbers and Sminty, which is
Wow,
crazy.
that's crazy.
And all of Triple Threat are up.
Cheryl Hole found shaking and crying in a corner.
She's got a new horror
600 out.
podcast.
How's she? Horror?
Yeah, it's like cults, something and queens, and it's with Sheza Hole. Leave me alone.
Innit? I really thought Twigs had such a sensitivity and softness to her critiques. I thought she was like really giving like nice, like sort of measured critiques, and that's what I'd want. If they had a famous diva on it, I'd want them, rather than just being like, yes, bitch, she really worked and turned. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, I like the way that she's speaking to them. Obsessed with the fingers on the on Starlet, on the close-up when I saw like the long fingers and the house, like they were all stoned really far down. I was like, fuck, I really didn't notice that the first time. But it's too little too late for me, unfortunately.
I thought it was very annoying, Michelle going on about Sminty's silhouettes, because
Yeah.
they've just been given 15 looks to create and they have no idea what order the producers are gonna like make the weeks. Like, if that was her like penultimate episode runway, then they would never
Yeah.
have said that. It's just
And they'd
like,
be like, oh, a nice return to something we saw in the
yeah,
first week.
it's like, shut the fuck up. In
I
fact,
thought that
oh, hang on.
it's going to be...
Tried to turn off my Wi-Fi so the emails wouldn't come through, but then that means that my soundboard's not working.
Oh, Jesus.
Shut the fuck up.
Truly. I thought they were quite kind to Smints in the critiques, though. I didn't think, like, you know, that he was obviously, like, really, like, panicking. Sorry, they were really panicking. And I think that they were actually quite soft with Sminty, which I wasn't expecting. I thought they'd probably
I
go a
think
bit harder.
Rue's got a new obsession. Not
Me
quite
too.
as strong.
Me fucking too.
Join the club, girl.
Yeah, I was annoyed about the silhouette thing. I was like, it's been 2 weeks. Like, how can you be saying that? Like, as if they've shown nothing.
Yeah.
from this.
I'd be
Shout
like,
out to Irma Gerd
Yeah.
from is that Australia?
Canada.
Ermagerd. What do I always say? Unfortunately for Starlet, like when you bring everyone else in, you lose your credibility. And when I was a bit like, don't do that. When she was like, when she was speaking about, they were saying, you did this. And she was like, we all did this. And I was like, if you've got to rope everyone in that you're all saying that everyone was bad, no. Like, just take it. Just be like, yeah. Do you know what bit I'm talking about?
No.
I can't actually remember it specifically. They were basically like, oh, your lyrics were really off and like you didn't know what you were doing. And she was like, yeah, we were all like that.
Sure,
and it's a bit like,
sure.
girl, like, you just got to suck it up and be like, yeah, do you know what? But at least she had fun.
She
Shout out
did
to Starlet having
have fun,
fun.
though. If you were Black Pepper and Rue asked you if you were happy with the team you chose, or would you try it again, what would you say?
If I was in Black Pepper's situation, I would obviously be like, no, of course, I love these girls, because Black Pepper ain't going nowhere. She wasn't the worst in the group. She's not going to be in the lip sync. Like, she's already won one thing. Even if I did think like, do you know what? Fuck these girls.
No, I'd be like, I'd want the bitches that won.
Yeah, or I'd make a joke like that.
Yeah.
Be like, no, obviously, like, I'd ditch them for in a second if it meant a win. I think Jambers comes across so sweet and interesting. Like, they've just, in their interviews, in like everything, I just feel like there's such warmth to them, and I really fucking like them.
Yeah, I really like the bit when they were like, I just said too much. It's like literally like the story of my life. It's I feel you, girl.
I just think there's nothing sweeter than your idol giving you compliments. I could literally watch it all day. I love that about Drag Race. They're just like, oh, you're absolutely in love with Miss Britney Jean Spears. Well, here she is telling you that you've actually changed her life.
I felt bad for Cheryl Hole because I haven't felt like Sheza really gave it to her that much.
Ooh, she's a nasty bitch.
Yeah.
It is absolute insania to me that some of these girls haven't performed. I cannot believe it. I can't believe you can get onto Drag Race and there'll be multiple girls that are like, yeah, I don't perform. What? I mean, I get it. There's definitely something, this is a really unarticulated thought, but there's definitely a conversation to be had about the girls that learn how to do drag from watching Drag Race and how that changes. If you're like, not even necessarily older, but like if you're a girl that's like, I want to become a drag queen, the only way that you can do that is you start turning up to shitty bars dressed in bad drag, and then someone takes pity on you and goes, do you know what? I'll help you out. And then you get your first free spot, you do 20 of them, then you get your first maybe £50 little, or even just like a tips gig. Then hopefully you work your way up to getting a regular spot, getting your own bookings, getting a brunch, something. And then you're like, I'm a working queen. I get paid to do this. That's how the majority of people, and all of that involves either hosting or singing or doing lip syncs, like being on stage and the audience loving you. It's insane.
Well, clearly just being a kind of club kid style look based walkabout host is doing the House of Kendall fine.
I'm not cussing it out. It's just so surprising. Like, because
I suppose then if everyone was very good performers, then you wouldn't have as good TV, I guess, because you wouldn't be like, oh my God, they've come on Drag Race and they can't sew or perform or whatever.
I mean, fair fucks to them, like they're on Drag Race. It's more for me that it's like, performing is the best part. I like to look nice, but like being on stage is the best part. Performing
You're an egomaniac.
But yeah, absolutely. So I'll never kind of get over that. And my last thought is, truly put a long textured wig on any bitch and poof, there's suddenly Diana Ross. Anytime someone's got a long wig on, everyone's like, wow, the spirit of Miss Ross, the boss, is really in the room. It's like, really?
Poker straight if you want to be Cher.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's head into Untucked. Every motherfucking time, it's always the underdog band. They're always like, wow, look at this band full of beautiful women and talented people. And then it's always the other people that they're like, wow, they really fucked it, didn't they?
I've got a question for Pixie.
Okay.
Is that too many emotions for a 6-way group win? She's there sobbing like it's the moment of her life. It's like it was a 50-50 thing. It's not like you're not the winner of all 12 people in the cast.
True.
But if it makes you happy.
I really liked that. I thought that was really. I just really liked that from her. I thought it was a really warm moment. Question for you: why would you wear face tapes if it restricts your facial movements and you're already not very expressive?
Because she's only performed once and she didn't consider that, I assume.
And like I said, her commitment to serving cunt is at 100 at all times. Let's head into the judges.
Hang on. I was laughing so much at Cheddar's reaction to Sminty talking about old maiden type of clothes, because clearly
she doesn't get the ref.
No idea. Got so pressed on her high horse, like... Sminty needs a wider reading list. It's like, you need a wider watching list.
Yeah, you need to be watching Celeb Big Brother stat.
We used to have the soundbite of Tiffany New York Pollard saying old maiden type of shoes, but we had to take it off when she was revealed to be a transphobe.
Oh yeah, fuck her. Actually, I was just about to say we love her, but she is not a deep friend of the pod.
Weirdly, last night I started watching Flavour of Love for the first time ever, which she is in, and found out that's how she got her name, New York, because he, rather than learn people's names, first episode he just gives them all nicknames.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's so mad how desperate all these women are. It's literally the 2000s was the creme de la creme of exploiting women for reality TV.
100%.
Love it so much.
Literal like gold dust TV is when that woman's like, when she's like, people say that I look like Beyonce. And she's like, Beyonce? You look like motherfucking Luther Vandross. Like, there are a couple of people within reality TV, and it's like when you found them, you're like, our mouths will always be fed. We will never go poor ever
mansion
again.
in Aruba.
Yeah,
fought for.
Gemma Collins and Tiffany New York Pollard, who are both as problematic as each other. But let's head back into the judges. I was thinking at first that Miss FKA Twigs was a little bit slow-mo for me. Like, it's like she wasn't a real person. It's like sort of like deep fake version of Twigs, just like very slow. But then I think Miss Twigs has maybe been pumping that sativa, and actually she just really blazed and really content.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny when she was like, yeah, very likeable. And Graham's like, yeah, because she's gassing you up. Of course you like her.
That's a very you move and me move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just really like her. It's like, is it
know
she's
why.
been blowing smoke up your ass all night? Often that happens.
Quick question. Do you believe that the runway is 50% of the mark? Or do you believe that it should be?
No.
No.
It depends what the challenge is.
I think in an ideal world it would be.
Yeah.
But then if someone does so bad in the main challenge, you can't be saved by a
I feel
runway.
like runway is like 20%. 30%. Like it's low down because it's like the challenge is the challenge of what you're really being judged on, and then when the runway comes out, it's like most people's runways are nice, so it like doesn't really affect it. It's like it only really affects it if it's really fantastic or really bad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's why I don't know. But unfortunately we do find out that our bottoms are Starlet and Jambers. Deserved? And if not, who would you put in the bottom?
I think I would do a 3-way with Smints.
Sminty.
Yeah.
Wow, damn.
It was just too jarring, like looking around when you're like meant to be lip syncing.
It's sad, but do you know what I thought? Jambers had a real determination in her eyes. I thought that bitch ain't going nowhere, is she?
Well, no.
Like, absolutely not. Question about you now.
What did you think of the song?
Why not a fucking Twig song? You could have had a cultural moment.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really know her music, but isn't it all kind of like slow and weird and dreamy?
No. A lot of it's like she's got a song with Future. Like she's got like weird. All of her songs are fucking weird because she's a maniac. But like, you could have had like a real. Imagine if they'd done "Why Didn't I Do It For You?" Like you could have done like a real like fucking crazy, like dramatic. Need I remind you? They did "Memory" from Cats.
Yeah.
Like you could have.
They did fucking Frozen.
Yeah, you could have done something real crazy with that. And I wish that we would have seen it because I love the Sugars.
I'm not a massive fan of the Babes.
You know,
I do have a real simpatico with Mutia, however.
you do, don't you?
And I actually had the same pair of boots with her that she has in the airport video.
Maybe 5 or 6
well,
times.
let them know. Bertie Darrell still didn't know. I had to tell him the other day when he was posting about
Mr.
it.
Rao. What about when Starlet was like, I don't know if you've never seen Neon doing lip sync. You're about to. It's like, what?
You're South African. I
had to rewind it like 3 times. I was like, what did she just say? And like the sort of like giggle that she did with it. So like,
luckily, I had the subbers on, so that was all right.
John Buzz Blonde was given inside the actor's studio, leaving it all on the dance floor, heart torn in pieces.
More energy than all of the 6 Sugar Babes combined.
Starlet was given Coco Rocha's School of Modelling.
Yeah, that's basically what she was doing. Gals, if you're long-term listeners, you should remember this. Remember when I got too drunk at the Coney Island pin-up thing? That's what I should have been doing, just moving from pose to pose rather than being a drunkard.
She was also kind of giving Covent Garden moving statue.
A bit, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So gorgeous.
What about when she dropped?
I feel like I was looking at Jombas both times I've watched it.
She did the dip. I mean, I say dip. That it really was a drop more than anything. Just out of nowhere, just like she'd been posing all glamorous and it was just like drop. like,
I think someone did that on Philippines. They're like, I've never done death drop before, but I'm desperate. I'm just going to do it. And it's like throwing themselves around.
Pain, absolute pain.
My favourite bit of this whole thing was just how much everyone in the background was going off and singing along.
Well, they're finally happy that it's Sugar Babes. It's taken 4 seasons to get the sugars on. No sign off from our little baby.
Although what she said to RuPaul was so like melancholy. She's like, thank you for making my dreams come true. And now I need to go and find a new one.
She's not a haunted Victorian child. Can you do it in a proper accent, please?
But I can't do a soft South African. Thank you for making my dream come true. Nah, and I need to go and find a new one, brew.
I love how there's no in between. It's like either the little boy from The Others or Yolandi Visser.
I don't think I can do a soft femme essay.
She's like, thank you so much for making my dreams come true.
My dreams come true. Ellen, you can't.
Tell you what though, the tear-stained face, pure glamour.
Gorgeous.
Pure glamour. I thought, baby, I don't want to see you upset, but I'm glad you gave us that moment. Because heaven.
It's like that one Alaska tear dropping down for All Stars.
I was going to make this my thorn, but I thought it was just too basic. Like, I'm heartbroken to see her go.
It's literally my thorn.
Really?
Well, we'll get to that.
Can't you? So, just like actually so sad. Like, she's such a stunning visual artist, and of the likes that maybe we've never seen on UK Drag Race, like she really is what I deem like I was going to say up there with, maybe not on the same level just because she's much younger, but like we're talking like our Hungries. Do you know what I mean? Like she has such a clear visual identity.
Your Violet.
And yeah. And what she does is, was next to her in the smoking area, Sink the Pink, and up close, she is absolute heaven. Like she's so beautiful. She's so she looks like a doll in a way that I've never seen anyone IRL. Maybe it's because we spent too much time in East London, where maybe the female illusion isn't top of the priorities. But
so where's Starlet? Is she a Central London, honey?
She's part of the whole Central London Freedom Girlies, I think. But she is just like actual perfection, you know, in like a sort of like plastic tiara way, just like these girls. It's insane.
I like that moan was a bit too sexual there.
Just thought about her on TikTok then, when she does from the boy to the girl.
Don't get me started on the boy. I need to practice doing her from behind open leg hair whips as well. I was trying to do it the other day in the bathroom and getting very confused and turned about.
Yeah.
You got to start facing backwards.
And puss just poking out.
Yeah.
I was really sad that she didn't she didn't do a sign off, because I was like you said, with that melancholy, like all of my dreams are shattered. And that was just like, it was so sad, the whole thing. And then I was like, God, I hate this. And I'm just so sad that we're not going to get to see her looks on the runway. Yeah. Because that would have been some real moments, I imagine. But let's talk Rose and Thorn.
Me?
Yeah, let's do some Rose and Thornage.
My Rose was watching Danny Beer's brain work while he was like workshopping on the band names. Yeah. Love him.
My Rose was...
Them, she.
They. Them. My Rose was a double hitter. It was... My first one was that I can't believe how much I deeply care about all of them. I'm
coming in hot and fast.
So invested in this cast and this season already. Like, there's real people that I fucking love. And I've already, obviously, I'm completely fallen head over heels in love with Dakota, obsessed with Sminty, and that's like, then you got, I can't, like cheddar, black pepper, like baby, I literally love them all. Like,
I almost
Jombers,
feel like cheddar should have gone straight to like a versus the world kind of thing.
Yeah. It's just, there's
so
many of them that I deeply love. And then second little bit was Baby's impending music career. She's an icon, she's a star. She's I'm really excited for her to come out and be an artiste.
Is that what she wants to do?
I don't know, but she's got a degree in songwriting.
Yeah. She doesn't know why, girls.
No.
She don't know why, but she does.
Thorn.
My thorn was, we're going to have no more of Starlet's faces or looks on the runway, but at least we can check them out on the Instas.
Yeah. My thorn was, I just wish the song banged harder. I wanted to come away being like, this is the song of the summer.
There we go.
I mean, it fucking banged for you, and that's all that matters. Next week?
Next week, they are working in pairs, making complementary looks. We've seen this before. Do you remember?
Yeah.
With Ahura and Taste together.
Yeah.
Who would you want to be paired with?
Black Pepper. It's Black Pepper's Drag Race at this point. For
Okay.
me.
And we get to see our first quick drag, which is always fun times,
which, you know,
isn't
is one of my absolute faves. Also, most importantly, not only are we getting Leomi Anderson, which obviously
Sup.
je die, but we get Alan Carr back, who is...
Has he been? He hasn't been on yet, has he?
No.
Where's he been?
I don't know, but
That's Specsavers, probably.
Graham and Alan together is like the match made in heaven.
Oh, is it? They're getting both of them?
Oh, I don't know.
No, it was only one because
Only one-
otherwise Shelley would have to go. She ain't going nowhere.
No, they would have 4 judges.
Yeah, RuPaul's there also.
Yeah, RuPaul, Michelle, Graham. Oh, because it'd be a guest judge. Sure. But no, I swear to God, they normally have them together, no?
No, they swap. And then
it's one gay,
the final...
one in, one out for
when
the
it's
homos.
when it's family only, then we have
Oh, okay.
both two.
Oh, I would love to see them sort of just bumping purses.
Yeah.
Comically. you
Yeah,
know.
sure.
But yeah, absolutely fucking love Alan Carr, one of the greatest judges on this godforsaken program ever.
Well, that's, I guess, is it. Thanks for listening again. Remember, if you want your shout out, you're going to have to give us a 5-star review and tell your friends. Friends. That's how disease spreads.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you soon. Love yous.
Love ya.
Bye.